This is Dorchester in Dorset, England, and I got the train down here and on my day off, and was going to do a ride to the southwest of this town and west along the coast, and then back round. So this was my starting off point for the bike ride. So heading south from the station, you're in the countryside very quickly, and what you're looking at here is Maiden Castle, which is one of the most impressive Iron Age forts I've ever seen, and probably one of the best in the south of England. So I cycled to the back of Maiden Castle along these back roads here, and I was able to lock the bike up and walk up the backfield, and I'll show you that at the end of this section. So when you get up nice and close, you can see the way it's built on several layers here. You can just imagine the fences and the walls protecting it. So it's a castle on higher up on each level, so it's looking down on the previous one. So it looks really impressive. Here you can see here you start to get an impression how deep the trenches are, and impressive it really is. So I was down the far end, away from the car park end, which is where most people come. So it's just me and a few sheep here, leisurely taking a bit of film. Yeah, you can really see it. You can see the depth here. It's really cool. Really atmospheric. So this is the view looking back to Dorchester. Terrific view. Had good weather that day. And there you can see the railway line at the end of the field going south to Weymouth again, and where I came from. And here's a close-up of Dorchester. So this is a bit more of Maiden Castle. Coming up this is a long view here, you can see, looking long ways. You can see somebody just in the distance there, so you can get some idea of the scale of this place. It's really massive. Anyway, there's a bit more cycling to do, so it was still just the beginning of the day. So this is the field I walked down, and you can see the lane at the bottom there, which is a lovely lane. Virtually no traffic, so I'm heading in this direction, as you can see there. And this is looking back from Maiden Castle. But this is a lovely section, nice and flat, not what it's going to be like later on in the ride. So there's about 2 miles of flatness, and then it turns off and it heads up to the Hardy Monument, which is coming up in a moment. And that's the first big climb of the day. And you can see the Hardy Monument in the distance. So not too difficult to climb, but it's quite a long climb, and it flattens out for a bit before climbing up. Yeah, you can see the flat section here. So that's nice and easy, no real problems on the road bike. Of course, that final section is a bit steeper, but nice quiet road again. And here's the monument here. I didn't film the bottom, was just it was all fenced off and not very photogenic, but good view back. But it was, as you can see, a bit hazy that day. Now, I thought the Hardy Monument was in memory of the writer Thomas Hardy, but I've been corrected on this, and Wikipedia confirms it. It's actually in memory of Sir Thomas Hardy, the Vice Admiral who was famous at the Battle of Trafalgar, and the famous words "Kiss me Hardy." So that is something I didn't know before. Anyway, the ride carries on along the top of the downs here. Another thrilling section, and beautiful views, really nice. And it's easy for a bit here. And then there's quite a steep downhill section, and we're heading towards Abbotsbury here. And you can see there's Chesil Beach. So this is the other end of Chesil Beach. So if you see my movie from Weymouth to Portland Mill, you'll see it there. And here's the steep section going down in towards Abbotsbury. Now, I didn't take any film in Abbotsbury, which you can just see in the distance there, which is a very picturesque village. And I carried on. This hill here is vicious. This is the steepest part is 17%, and I have to confess I had to push the bike up part of the way. And this road is quite busy. The film's a bit misleading. This is quite a busy B road. So basically, I got to the top here, and I bought some lunch in Abbotsbury, and there's a viewpoint, and I stopped there for about 20 minutes to take some lunch. So then there's another nice downhill section along the coast here, and you turn off at Swire and head north. And eventually you find your way to this point, and you're going to go up this hill here. You can see in the distance. It's a small hill which leads up to the A35. which you cross over, and it's down into the village of Ask as well. Then it's the final big climb of the day up to the Egerton Hill, and this is just looking back quite close to the top. It doesn't look so bad as you swing back to the road, but coming out the village is quite a steep climb. So then you head back east at the top here, and it's a long ridge ride on the old Roman road. It's a lovely section as well. Good knowing that you're going back. And here's a few of the views from the top here. I'm not local to Dorchester, so I was doing the ride from the Daytours Ordnance Survey map of Dorset, Hampshire and the Isle of Wight, and it has this route on it, although I changed it slightly to take in the Hardy Monument there. But you can still buy this book on Amazon, I see, and I do recommend it because it's a nice 33-mile ride, and it's quite challenging and good fun. So straight back to Dorchester and the train back home. Good day out.